Hi friends, welcome back to Nightcap Crafting. Today I'm working on my Fun Time Friday page for the Fobonichi Journalers group. It is to use a stamp you haven't used in a while, use something circular, celebrate Endangered Species Day. I wasn't deciding which one yet I was going to use. I don't think the blue-footed booby is endangered, but I like the picture. Arrows and a journaling spot for what your perfect pizza would be. So I start off with doing my stamp, and the stamp that I chose was a dog stamp that looks a lot like my Mexican hairless I used to have, who I've mentioned in previous videos. I found this stamp a couple years ago in a dollar spot at Ben Franklin, I think it was. And it's supposed to be, it's a Chihuahua stamp, but it looks so much like my dog with the big ears and the big nose. And I just love it so much. I hadn't used it in a while, so thought I would use it. And I'm stamping on the mixed media paper because I decided I would play around with some alcohol markers that I had purchased from Amazon a couple weeks ago. It is the Ohuhu brand, I think is how you pronounce it. I got the 50 marker set for $40, I think I paid. And they work nice on this paper. They're double-sided. There's a bullet nib and a chisel nib. And they do have a really nice selection of colors that come in the 50 marker set. Been having fun with those. So I was going to start coloring the picture right away, and then I remembered when I had practiced with colors earlier, I realized that the ink stayed wet, the ink was still going to be pretty wet, and it smeared all over the place. And so I said, wait a minute, never mind, I'm going to set it to the side and come back in a few minutes after I start working on my page for the day. So first things first, this nice little strip of paper I got in Happy Mail from one of the gals in the Fobonichi group. I've been trying to bust through my stash. I've received so many nice things and pretty things to work with from the ladies in the group, so I'm trying to use that all up. I love the colors on this. And it has kind of circular images on it. I do have also up on the right hand corner that circle tag with a sticker that I put on the inside. The sticker was also from Happy Mail from somebody else. It's hard to tell in there, but it's kind of a cluster of flowers. That pretty notepad paper was also in Happy Mail. Here I'm deciding which one do I want to use, and I decided to use the picture of the pangolin. I printed out two. They're just Google images, and I printed them with my Canon selfie. And I went with this one. The other picture had a pangolin mom and a pangolin baby, but I just love the little, you'll see here I do my little pangolin hands. They always look like they're nervously asking a question or something. They're just so cute. So I thought, since it's Endangered Species Day, it would give me the opportunity to share it here. The pangolins are the most trafficked mammal in the world. They are most often trafficked for their scales. They're used in traditional Chinese medicine, but they also do get eaten, and their numbers have severely declined over the last 20 years or so. And I have at the end of the video written on my page, you can see the Facebook page and the website where you can go check out more information. You can donate to the cause. And here I am journaling about pizza, and I'm talking about my favorite pizza place back home in New York, Mama's Pizza. It's the place that we always went. I grew up eating pizza there, and any pizza you get from there is going to be great. And whenever I go back home and visit, first stop is Mama's. Mama's and the bagel store. So here I'm coloring in Wiki, and I put her little yellow off-center stripe that went down the front of her face. She was a unique gal. So she was hairless, but she did have a little bit of hair on her face. She had a little bit of hair on her feet, and a little tiny bit of hair on the tip of her tail. But she was naked everywhere else. And so I colored her a little pink outfit, because when I did put clothes on her, like in the wintertime, she was hairless, I had these little fleece sweaters I could put on her. I would put her in something pink so that she would look like a girl, because everyone always thought she was a boy. And using my gel pen to add some little white hairs like she had on her face, mixed in with her yellow stripe. We also used to call her Stripe from Gremlins, if you've ever seen that. She was cuter than him, but anyway, so I'm going to fussy cut her out. I added a few more little markings on there to brighten it up a little bit. Yeah, she bit a little bit too now and again, so she definitely earned her nickname Stripe. She wasn't the warm and fuzzy Gizmo. I love that movie so much. That's one of our Christmas Eve classic movies we watch in our house. Anyway, so trying to figure out how I want to set up my page. I was kind of fussing around with this for a while because I knew that I was going to be writing a lot because I wanted to add pangolin facts. So I was trying to figure out how I was going to make that work on this page. So I ended up using a 4x6 journaling card as a tip-in. Wrote all my information on the back, and then had my cute little pangolin on the front. Making sure I am putting in nothing's more annoying than when you write your journaling on the back of a card, and then you move everything, you do all your writing moving to one side, so that you have room to put your tape, if that's making any sense, and then you realize you did it backwards, and then you end up, anyway, never mind, I'm rambling. So, just double checking my work here is what I'm saying. Gonna add a ant, because pangolins are anteaters. So I had one little ant sticker hanging around, so I stuck that on there. My journaling about pizza, using my double-sided sticky tape for my little sticker tag thing. And thankfully I didn't press down too hard right away because I realized I stuck it too far into the crease of the book. And if you try to pull that up after you really stuck it down, you're going to rip your paper to bits. Getting the dog stamp on there. I used some, in addition to the tape, some glue just to really get the edge bits of the paper so that it stuck down really well all around. Then I go super speed through the writing here. I just wrote about my early morning, how I woke up really early that morning, and then I wasn't happy about it because I knew I was going to be exhausted I was going over to my friend's house that night to do an overnight babysit for her kids. I did little borders with my arrow stickers, writing about early morning shopping trip with my youngest son. Picked up a garden hose and a miniature cooler. Exciting stuff there. Another border with those arrows. And then I did some journaling about my stamp. Then I wrote on top of the pencil with some colored pens. Add a little sticker there. It says, "Do you have any ants perchance?" I was trying to make him sound like a nervous pangolin. There's my info. Check them out. A little bit closer look of some of the features and get a little extra shot of Chris Cornell there. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for hanging out with me today and watching my video. And I'll be seeing you next time. Bye.